Have you ever questioned what happens after death? Does the concept of reincarnation hold any scientific merit? These are questions that have piqued human curiosity since the dawn of consciousness. The mystery of death, the final frontier, the untrodden path. It has always been a topic of profound fascination and deep apprehension. Traditionally, death has been perceived as the absolute end, a full stop to the story of life. It's a reality we often try to avoid or deny, but it's as inevitable as the setting sun. Yet amidst this common understanding, there's a lingering question that defies this finality. What if death is not the end? This brings us to the concept of reincarnation, a belief that has been around for thousands of years, threading through numerous cultures and religions. It's the idea that life is an unending cycle, that our conscious essence, our soul, transitions from one body to another in a continuous journey of learning and growth. In Hinduism and Buddhism, for instance, reincarnation is a fundamental doctrine, a process driven by karma, the law of cause and effect. The ancient Egyptians too believed in the soul's ability to reincarnate, living multiple lives in different forms. Yet for all its cultural prevalence, reincarnation has often been dismissed in scientific circles, seen as a mystical belief with no basis in empirical evidence. But what if science, specifically quantum physics, could provide a new lens through which to view this ancient concept? Quantum physics, the study of the smallest particles in the universe, has been making waves in our understanding of reality. It tells us that at the most fundamental level, everything is energy, constantly interacting, transforming, and never truly disappearing. Could this hint at a scientific underpinning for reincarnation? As we wrap up this first segment, remember, science and spirituality need not be mutually exclusive. Sometimes they can converge in the most unexpected ways. So, let's keep an open mind as we delve into the fascinating world of quantum physics to uncover some possible answers. Quantum physics, a realm where particles can exist in multiple places at once, and reality is a mere probability. We're stepping into the world of quantum physics, a world that defies our everyday understanding of reality. This isn't a universe of absolutes, but of probabilities and possibilities. It's a realm where an electron can be both a particle and a wave, where particles can be entangled across vast distances, and where the act of observation can change the nature of reality. Let's break that down a bit. In our day-to-day lives, we're used to the idea of things being in one place at a time. You're here, not there. Your coffee cup is on the table, not in the air. But in the quantum world, particles can be in multiple places at once. This is known as superposition. Then there's the concept of wave-particle duality. It's like saying your best friend can be both a human and a bird at the same time. Sounds absurd, right? But for particles like photons and electrons, this is the norm. They behave both like particles, with a specific location, and like waves spread out in space. And let's not forget about entanglement, or what Einstein famously called spooky action at a distance. It's the idea that two particles can become linked, and the state of one will instantly influence the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are. Finally, we have the observer effect. In the quantum world, the very act of observing can change what is being observed. A particle exists in multiple states until it's observed, and then it collapses into one state. These are the mind-bending principles of quantum physics that challenge our understanding of reality. They tell us that at its most fundamental level, the universe is not solid, but a buzzing cloud of probabilities and possibilities. Could this quantum weirdness provide insights into the idea of reincarnation? Hold that thought. Imagine a quantum particle that never dies. It simply shifts from one state to another. Does that sound familiar? Now let's dive into the concept of quantum immortality. It's the idea that we, as conscious beings, will always find ourselves in a universe where we continue to exist, no matter how unlikely it may seem. This notion stems from the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, proposing that every possible outcome of a quantum event happens in some universe. Imagine flipping a coin. In one universe, it lands on heads. In another, it lands on tails. Now picture this on a grander scale, where every decision, every event, every breath you take creates a new branching universe. If this is true, there will always be a universe where you continue to exist, defying the odds, again and again. How does this connect with reincarnation, you might ask? Well, reincarnation is the belief that an essential part of a living being starts a new life in a different physical body or form after each biological death. It's the soul's journey through time, shifting from one state to another, much like our quantum particle. Quantum physics also gives us the principle of conservation of energy, stating that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. If we consider the soul or life force as a form of energy, then according to this principle, it can't just vanish after death. It must go somewhere, do something, become something else. It could be reborn into a new life, a new body. So, we see that quantum immortality and reincarnation are not as far apart as they might initially seem. Both propose a form of eternal existence, a continuation of consciousness, be it in this universe or another. Both suggest that death may not be the end, but merely a transition, a shift from one state to another. So, in the quantum realm, reincarnation might not be just a philosophical concept, but a scientific reality. What if God is not an entity, but a quantum field encompassing everything? Let's delve into this thought-provoking question. Quantum physics, in its essence, is all about interconnectedness. It tells us that at the subatomic level, particles can be entangled, meaning what happens to one can instantly affect another, no matter the distance. This profound interconnectedness could be perceived as a form of divine connection, a universal thread weaving through all of existence. But how does this connect us to God, you might ask? Well, it's not about a deity sitting on a throne in the sky. Instead, it's about the concept of a universal consciousness, a collective mind that binds us all. Some theorists propose that consciousness itself could be a quantum process. This idea, known as quantum consciousness, suggests that our minds are not isolated, but are intrinsically connected to the universe and everything in it. Quantum consciousness postulates that our individual consciousness might be a part of a greater, universal consciousness, a bit like droplets in an ocean. So when we speak of God in this context, we are not talking about a separate, judgmental entity, but rather an all-encompassing consciousness or energy field. This quantum field, this ocean of consciousness, could be what many refer to as God. This perspective paints a picture of God not as an external figure, but as an inherent part of us and everything around us. It suggests that we are all a part of God, and God is a part of us. It's a beautifully humbling thought, isn't it? This quantum connection with God or the universal consciousness could be the underlying principle of spirituality. It could explain the sense of oneness, peace and love that many people experience during deep meditation or spiritual awakenings. So as we walk the path of quantum physics, we find ourselves treading on spiritual grounds too. It's a fascinating journey that blurs the lines between science and spirituality, between the physical and the metaphysical. Could this be the science behind spirituality? We've journeyed through the quantum realm and explored some mind-boggling concepts. Let's take a pause and revisit the key takeaways from our enlightening expedition. We started by contemplating life and death, those age-old questions that have intrigued humans since the dawn of consciousness. Then we dove into the fascinating world of quantum physics, a field that has revolutionized our understanding of the universe. We ventured into the concept of quantum immortality, a theory that suggests our consciousness may never truly cease, but rather transition to alternate realities upon physical death. This theory, while challenging to grasp, provides a scientific perspective supporting the concept of reincarnation. It suggests that life and death might not be the definitive start and end points we've always perceived them to be, but rather transitional phases in an infinite cycle. Next, we highlighted the quantum connection with God. The omnipresent nature of quantum particles reflects a ubiquitous divine presence, resonating with many spiritual beliefs. Quantum entanglement, where particles remain interconnected regardless of distance, echoes spiritual teachings of unity and interconnectedness. It's a powerful notion, suggesting that science and spirituality may not be as dichotomous as we've been led to believe. Remember, these theories are not definitive answers but rather intriguing theories that invite us to re-evaluate our understanding of life, death, and spirituality. They challenge us to consider the possibility of life beyond our physical existence, of a divine power that transcends traditional notions, and of a universe that is far more intertwined than we can fathom. Through the lens of quantum physics, we've embarked on a journey that intertwines science and spirituality, challenging our perceptions and encouraging us to question the known. It's an ongoing journey, one that continues to unravel with every new discovery in the quantum realm. Next time you ponder the mysteries of life and death, remember, the answers might just be waiting in the quantum realm.